Hi everybody, this is Ellen. In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to make the letter F. Fantastic. Looks pretty good, I think. So, band-wise, it's 214 bands for the way I've made it. Don't forget to use the multicolor bands or adding some wrap bands, kind of personalize it to your own tastes. I'm just kind of making them plain for the tutorials, so to kind of give you the base, and then you guys can decorate them how you want to. But we'll get started. Right over there. One loom. We do kind of expand some, so we'll probably work on about the middle, what is that? Middle 9 pins or so. Something like that. Yeah, close. So, start by, we make the kind of points first, and then we do the bottom portion. So, to do that, I'm starting 6 pin up, 2 bands across, 2 bands across, so I made an X. And then we want 2 bands for a cap band, so wrapped 1 time. Same thing, 2 bands wrapped 1 time. Then we'll skip a pin, and then right above that, we'll do the same thing. So skip a pin, then take a band from the left over to the right, and then 2 bands from the right over to the left, right on top. And 2 bands for the cap band. And 2 bands for a cap band on the right. So like that. So we'll go ahead and go in. I'm going to start on the right side because that's the band that's on the bottom. Go in through the cap band, grab the bottom 2 bands, lift them up, and pull them back all the way to the other side. Do the same thing on the other side. Go in through the cap band, grab the bottom 2 bands, pull them all the way across, and do that same thing down below. So this is the bottom band, so we'll start on that side. Grab the 2 bands, pull them across. Same thing on the other side. Like that. So now, this will be the top part of the F up here, and this is the middle part right here. So, this top portion will get 6 rows, and this next portion down here will get 3 rows. So, it's 2 bands all the way around, or everything's double banded. So I'm going to start up here and do the 6 rows first. So it's just 2 bands all the way around our 4 pins. Like that. Then you'll flip the bottom 4 on all the pins. And remember to count them. So that's row 1. Do another row. Flip the bottom 4. And then again, going through the center here, kind of lift up this middle portion off the pins. Carefully so you don't pull any of these off. So that's row 2. 4 more to go. Still the 2 bands. Like that. Flip the bottom 4. Row 3. Another row. Flip the bottom 4. Mark it. Row 5. Like that. Flip the bottom 4. Mark it. And we'll do row 6. There. And flip the bottom 4. So that's my 6 rows. Let's pull this up like that. And then on this one down here, it's 3 rows. So same thing what we did up there, just 3. So it's double banded. Like that. Flip the bottom 4. So that's 1. This will be row 2. Flip the bottom 4. Then again, go in through here and kind of pull up the center over the top of the pin there. And then our row 3. Still 2 bands. Like that. Flip the bottom 4. That's our 3 rows. Push all those down. So now what we're going to do is create the spaces in between the F parts, I guess, and the bottom portion. So how we're going to do that is we're going to come back and add 3 X's before our first portion. So 1, 2, and 3. So if you use the same pins as I did, it'll be the 3rd pin up. Then we'll put our first band over to the 4th pin on the right. And we just cross one over the top. And again, from the left to the right. And from the right to the left over the top. And then from the left to the right, and we meet up right here now. And again, over the top, like that. So I counted, or my little X's, so right from that beginning, 1, 2, 3, and then I started right where my bottom was. And again, cap bands with 2 bands right here, wrapped once. Same thing on the other side. And over here it's a little bit easier. 2 bands, start on the left, long cross over to the right. Same thing over the top, going the opposite way, and then 1 more. And right over the top. And then again, 2 cap bands, 2 bands, wrapped once on the right, and 2 bands wrapped once on the left. So now we'll loom out this kind of middle portion here. So we're going through the cap band, we'll, on this side, because it's the band on the bottom, so if you alternated them how I did it, then whatever band is on the bottom, you'll start on that side. So we go through the cap band and we grab the 2 bands that are part of the X, and we leave the bottom 4 bands from our little top part of the F. You probably have to hold your cap band down. And it looks like I grabbed my cap band. But then once you get it up, pull it all the way across and do the same thing on the other side. Do the cap band, leave the bottom 4, and just get those 2 in the middle. Something looks goofy there. Try that again. Something looks goofy. Maybe it's just me. That's better. So once you have that, then you go over and start on the bottom where the band is on the bottom. So over to the right side, long cross over back towards itself, and then do the same thing on the left side. Like that. Then come down here and we'll do the same thing. So we'll start on the right side because that band is on the one on the bottom, in through the cap band. Grab those 2 middle bands, but don't grab the bottom 4. Pull it all the way back towards itself. Do the same thing on the left side, through the cap band, middle 2, pull them all the way back, and then be the right side, so that's the band on the bottom. Then come back for the left side, and the right side again. Side. So there's what it looks like now. So push all your bands down. So where we have the X's that meet up with our middle portions, there's going to be the 8 bands there, and then the other ones will have the 4. So now we're going to do a row all the way around, 2 bands. Like that. So when we flip, we're just going to leave the top 2 or top 4 bands from the row we just put on left on the loom. So it'll be 4 on the end, and then where we have the X's, those will come over. I usually do the X part first, and then do the bottom 4 under that. So 4, and again we have the 8 bands. Do the first part and the second part. Same thing. And then 4 on the bottom ones. And the other side is the same, just the other side. I usually do half and half when there's the 8 bands, just because it's a little, not quite as many to pull over at once, and it's less likely they'll knock all the bands off the pin while I'm doing that. So like that, there should be 4 left. 4 bands left on all of the pins. Go ahead and push that down. do another row around, same thing, 2 bands. Like that. And then again, flip the bottom 4 all the way around. Like that. I'm going to unstick these from the center. Push your bands down. And another row. Same thing, 2 bands all the way around. That. Flip the bottom 4. And this is our last row that we have to do. And then we will close. Like that. 4 left on every pin. You want to push those down a little bit. Some will start up at the top. I'm going to start on the right side. You can start on the left side. It doesn't matter. We just have to alternate as we go down. But we are going to braid this, and how we do that. So first I'm going to get unstuck from behind there. So I'm going to go in through the right, grab all the 4 bands on my hook, take them off. Then go in through the left side, grab those up off the pin onto my hook, and pull the left side through the right side. Just take your time. So once I do that, so I have it on the left, now I'll go over to the right, grab those, pull them through, go to the left, then the right, and then left. It's making me nervous, these bands are really slippery. Then right, and then left, then right, left, right, left, right, left. And when you get close to the end, you want to make sure that these are pushed down because they're more likely to pop off kind of right at the end here where you're finishing it. So then right, and left. And then I won't do the slip knot on the last one. So I'll have all 8 bands on my hook. You can grab 1 or 2 bands, up to you. Pull them through everything on my hook. Put them back on. Make a slip knot. Doesn't have to be super tight yet. So from the kind of pulling off the loom, gets a little distorted, so we have to fix that. First we'll fix this little kind of portion right here. Just take your hook, loosen up the bands that are there on the end to kind of square it off. It's because of the X rows that we did, they get tight. So just kind of loosen that up to give it the squarer appearance. We can hide our tail, so you go in through somewhere along the back side, come up next to your tail, grab them and pull them inside. Like that. Loosen these back up again because I just smushed them. So then you'll probably want to go along the back side of the braid because it is tight from how we just braiding and we're pulling tight as we go through. Just go in and loosen up your braid. Same thing on the other side. Like that. And then if you have any, like it's kind of pointed up in a way, generally just by pulling it down or whatever direction you need to kind of put it back where it belongs, we'll get the kind of straighter appearance back to it. Just have to adjust a few things because it is rubber bands. Then the only last thing is that where we had those cap bands in the beginning, we can't really make them tighter because then it distorts the end worse than having the little things poke out. So if you have them poking out, just take your hook up through, come up next to them, and just pull them in a little bit. And do the same thing on the other side. Yours might not be poking out. It's mainly just if, like when I first undo that hooking part, when I loosen them up, that's when I usually end up pulling some of them out. We just pull them back in. Like so. Fabulous. Fantastic. Fun. That is our F. Hope you're enjoying them. These are 2 different kinds of bands, so that's the little difference in why this one looks, I think, a little bit bigger than this one, but bands make a difference in how what the outcome will be, but hope you enjoy them and all the other letters that I'm making for you guys. If you make something, some words or something like that, and you want to share them with me, nice words please, on my Instagram, it's @craftingfantastic, or on my Facebook page, which is feelinspiffy. And then of course it'd be fabulous if you'd subscribe to my channel. I would appreciate that. But I will definitely have more things for you soon. But thank you very much for watching. It was fantastic.